Hi everyone! In this video we will add and subtract square roots that need simplification. Simplify 10 square roots of 6 minus square root of 216. The first thing we want to do is see if 216 can simplify it under the radical. So let's look for factors of 216. 216 is 36 times 6. Now if you didn't know that, we could start off smaller, 216, and just start with 4 since it's even. 4 times 54 is 216. And the only reason we're doing this is just in case you end up with numbers that you're not quite comfortable finding a square root for. So let's go ahead and try 54. 54 is not divisible by 4, but it is divisible by 2, 2 and 27. And I knew it was divisible by 2 because the last digit is even. Now 2 isn't a perfect square, but it does help us a little bit. So let's try 27. 27 is 9 times 3, and 3 is prime, and 9 is a perfect square. I'm going to go ahead and circle these. This is not a prime factorization. The reason I'm circling them is that I have some perfect squares in here, so we're going to go ahead and just write this out. The square root of 216 can be written as the square root of 4 times the square root of 2 times the square root of 9 times the square root of 3. Now those of you who already found that 216 was the square root of 36 times the square root of 6, that works too. This is just so in case you end up with larger numbers and you're not quite sure how to break it down. Let's go ahead and we'll do both ways and show that it doesn't matter how you break down your bigger numbers. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 2 does not simplify. The square root of 9 is 3. And the square root of 3 does not simplify. And these are all being multiplied, so let's go ahead and combine the ones we can. 2 times 3 is 6. And the square root of 2 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 6. So the square root of 216 breaks down to 6 square roots of 6. Now let's go back over to the larger square root. If you can find that, that works too. The square root of 36 is 6, and the square root of 6 doesn't simplify, so it's the square root of 6. And you'll notice both of them end up being the exact same. It's just however you find it works for you to break down your larger numbers. So let's go ahead and replace our square root of 216 to be the 6 square roots of 6. So we have 10 square root of 6 minus 6 square root of 6. And because we have the exact same radical makeup, this means that we can combine our coefficients out in front. So we have 10 minus 6, which gives us 4. And the radical that we have in common is the square root of 6. So this simplifies to 4 square roots of 6. And now we're all done.